All right, what's going on, everybody? Friday, okay. We all made it to Friday. We survived the first, 4 days of the week, okay. So we're here last day, and we have a good one for you, actually. So, for everybody that likes to deadlift, today's your day, okay. So Friday, the strength is deadlifts. Again, we took a break off yesterday from that 864 that we've been seeing this whole week, but we're back, okay. So we're back again to kind of get another number from previous week, okay. So what we have is deadlifts at 864, 864, okay. Nothing new here. You guys have seen this if you've been coming throughout the week, okay. If you're new and this is your first day back, what 864 is it gives us the opportunity to do a wave set where we're doing 8 lighter, 6 heavier, and then 4 heaviest, right? And then going back again and getting a little bit heavier in the first one, a little bit heavier in the second one, and third one, and so on and so on, right? So what we want is we want to look at the number that we did last week, and we want to improve from that. It's cut back by a couple reps short, right? So now we're able to go a little bit heavier, but still maintaining that good form, right? So let's talk about the deadlift. So I love deadlifts, right? So one of the biggest things that I like to kind of remind people is a deadlift is pushing basically the floor away from us. We're not thinking about pulling the bar up to us, okay? So the number one mistake is people think about pulling the bar up to them, right? So it becomes this mental block in your head that how much can I pull off the floor, right? I want you to think about pushing away from the floor. So we're gonna get nice and tight, good, nice upright torso. We're gonna get our feet underneath our shoulders in the jumping position, because when we do a deadlift, we want to be in the most powerful position that we can, right? And that's a jumping position, not a wider position, all right? So from here, I'm going to put my knuckles down, okay? I'm going to get into my hook grip. Chest is going to be tall. I'm going to push away from the floor. No arm movement at all, right? My elbows are completely locked out. I'm going to go back into the next set, squeezing my glutes at the top and keeping my core tight so it keeps my back safe, right? So keeping that core engaged, creating a good, nice vacuum around that spine is going to be essential for those heavier deadlifts, okay? So again, pressing away from the floor. What I do not want to see is this, right? So you see a lot of people with soft elbows to begin with. I want you to think about locking those elbows in by breaking the bar in half. That's going to turn your elbows out, and it's going to make sure that those elbows are locked out. Knuckles are going to be down, pointed towards the floor, and then you're going to start pushing away from the floor like a leg press, standing up, nice and tight, core is tight, glutes are tight, okay? And then going into your next set. So as we increase in weight, obviously, the dynamic of the movement is going to kind of make us fight for a better position, and that's what we want here, right? So that's why we're doing this, we're training. So have fun with that one. We're gonna get into the workout of the day. The workout of the day today is 14 minutes, okay? We're gonna do 50 double unders, okay? We're gonna do 25 slam balls, and then we're gonna do 15 hand release push-ups. They're throwing a monkey wrench in here, okay? So every 2 minutes, starting at 0, okay? So we're gonna start this workout out in those 14 minutes with 7 deadlifts, 7 heavier deadlifts, okay? So we're gonna go 7 deadlifts, boom. I'm gonna put my bar down, and then I'm gonna start on my 50 double unders. Then I'm gonna do 25 slam balls, and then 15 hand release push-ups, okay? So let's talk about double unders. When we're doing double unders, okay, we're jumping a little bit higher, so it takes a little bit more effort, right? Obviously, if you have those, you're gonna give me 50, okay? Second option that I want is high singles. So when you're doing singles, right, I still want you to do a higher jump with those singles, but I still want you to do 50 because you're giving me a little bit more effort. If you're one of those people that just jumps like this, okay, then we're gonna double that for you. We're gonna do 100, okay? Because it takes a little bit less effort. It's gonna be faster for you to do those 50s, and essentially you're not paying the price, right? So keep that in mind, all right? So we want to kind of force you into the direction of thinking about jumping a little bit higher, even if you're doing those singles, okay? If you're doing doubles, you're doing 50. If you're doing high singles, you're doing 50. If you're doing double unders, you're gonna do 100. If you can't jump, we'll figure that out. We have line jumps, we have plate hops, stuff like that. So if you're one of the athletes that can't jump rope at all, right, we'll have something for you to do, trust me. Going into the ball slams, okay? When we go into these ball slams, I see a lot of people just kind of hinge over, right, and then just do this. Let the ball drop, right? I want to be active and I want to be fast, especially in the 14-minute workout where I know, right, that every 2 minutes I'm going to have to pick up this heavier barbell. It's kind of punishment, right? So I want to move through this as fast as possible, try to get my rounds in, and then when I get to that barbell, again, I'm ready to move, right? So ball slams are going to come up, chest is going to stay tall. I want you to slam it, ball comes over your head, and ideally, if you're doing these and you're slamming the ball hard, it's going to jump off the floor. By the time you get back to the bottom, you should be able to catch it before it hits the floor and get into your next set, okay? So, if you're slamming it hard, it's going to bounce off the floor just a little bit, enough for you to catch it, and then go into that next set, okay? What I want you to breathe at the top, slam it, come up, breathe at the top, slam it, okay? So nice and consistent, and make sure you slam, don't let the ball just drop, all right? Hand release push-ups, okay? Couple options, okay? Regular hand release push-ups. We don't want our thighs to make contact with the floor. We don't want to do the worm, okay? So we're gonna go down, boom, hands come up, go back down, okay? So another option is from the knees, kind of come up, okay? That's the second option there, but I still want you to make sure that you stay fully active, pressing through those palms, keeping those elbows nice and tight instead of coming out. I see a lot of people come out, puts a lot of strain on your shoulders. We don't want that. We want to make sure you use as many muscles as you can, and that's going to be chest, triceps, if we stay into that nice arrow position, okay? Pushing away, coming back, releasing, pushing up, okay? So a couple different options there. But, again, to touch back, every 2 minutes, okay, we're going to do 7 deadlifts, and they're going to be on the heavier side. So keep that in mind. You're always going to have a barbell around, and that's going to be kind of your thing. So you're going to do a couple rounds of that, 7 deadlifts after everything, and then you're going to continue on with wherever you left off, okay? So keeping that in mind, the goal for today is effort. It's always effort, because we want to give the best effort through those 14 minutes as possible, okay? The goal is 4 rounds, okay? 4+ rounds is kind of where I'm looking at. So staying consistent and knowing that the 2-minute warnings coming up for us to do 7 is going to be key. So keep that in mind. It's going to play a couple mind games, but don't pay too much attention to it. Just try to keep moving as best as you can and conserve that energy for 14 minutes, okay? I want you to be fast on the slam balls. Make up some time there, right? And what the determining factor for this workout is going to be is the push-ups, okay? A lot of people fatigue after a bunch of push-ups, hand release push-ups especially, right? So what we want is, we want these push-ups done in no more than 3 sets, okay? But don't go to the point where you completely fatigue, where you can't do another set of 2 push-ups, okay? So that defeats the purpose. If I'd rather have you do sets of 3, right? And then rest, shake it off, set to 3, shake it off, rather than you do a whole set of 10 on the first round, right? Or a whole set of 15, and then the next round you're just completely dead and you can't even do 1, right? So keep that in mind as we kind of go through this. The goal is 4 rounds, okay? We have 7 deadlifts every 2 minutes, and we have the rest of the work to do. So, sounds like a good one. See you here on Friday.